What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at some of the best ways that you can convert your PvP to gold, specifically 5 different-ish methods that you can utilize, because I get this question so often, and honestly, when I was looking at other ways to convert AP to gold, I even looked it up on YouTube. I realized that 2 of my videos were really the only ones in the top 20 that were even relevant, and then the other 18 were mostly just kind of vaguely discussing what could be done, and I wanted to kind of make a more comprehensive guide for you guys on how to convert that AP to gold and the 5 best ways you can do so. So, before we jump into the video again, I just want to remind everyone that I'm going to be giving back some of my ad revenue to a ESO user, although I guess that technically if you watch these videos, maybe you don't even play ESO, but hey, welcome. This is Elder Scrolls Online. Basically, all you need to do is comment on a video. You comment on as many videos as you want. All I ask is you just ask a question, give feedback, or do some sort of related question, comment, concern, anything. Tell me that my voice is ugly, my voice is great. Tell me my face looks very punchable. Whatever you want to do, as long as it can be used in some constructive way going forward. That's all that I ask, and then I will enter in a giveaway. You don't have to like and subscribe. Anyone that tells you you have to do that is probably not checking that, because I don't think you can. I don't know who are the mad lads that like my video. It could be my whole family that likes it. Not a clue, but you don't have to like the video, especially if you don't like the video. You know, I'm not going to make you like it. I mean, it'd be cool if you did, but no, you don't have to like the video. You don't have to subscribe. It's just my way to get back. But let's jump right into the video with the 5 best ways to convert AP to gold, and we're going to be starting off with a bit of an easy one. And I say easy because you don't have to actually go into Cyrodiil. You can actually purchase them right here. So this is something that I more so suggest that people look at as a potential way to convert alliance points to gold, is by looking at what their current spell power potions are selling for, specifically the stamina and the magical ones, and then cross-referencing on the market. Right now they're selling for about 140 to 150 each on Xbox, which would mean that I would certainly not suggest that you do this. When we go into Cyrodiil to see the other 4 methods that I'm referencing, you will see that those methods are way better than this. However, some servers, especially PC occasionally, when there's not as many potions that are on the market, I suggest looking here, because this could be a nice, easy way to convert that AP to gold, because you just run over to any of the 3 starter zones, talk to the Battlefields vendor, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, you can list up as many as you want. So, this is a good starting point, but let's head on to the next one. Now, number 4 might surprise a couple people, but my suggestion is to go to the Elite Gear vendor down in your southern gates. You could do this in any PvP zone, and is actually to look at the unidentified Elite Light Armor. Now, there's probably people with pitchforks, why aren't you getting the weapons and blah, blah, blah. It is perfectly fine to get the weapon. However, I've noticed that there is a severe lack of people who sell the actual light armor pieces for both transmutation and vicious death. So you can easily recoup 10 to 15k if the market's in a good place for it. So my suggestion is, instead of gambling on getting an elite weapon, which you can see there's tons of weapons you can get, some of which are absolutely garbage, is to look at the actual unidentified defensive light armor, because that's going to get you the transmutation set, and that's going to get you the actual vicious death set, which will be really good for you to sell. And again, this is always prefaced by saying, look at the market, because that's what I want you guys to get in the habit of doing, is instead of just dumping all of your AP into one thing, look at the market and then say, oh, I play on PS4 NA, and there's no vicious death robes being sold in Mournhold. I'll go get some, I'll go sell them. That's what I want this video to be for you guys, and that's going to be very evident by our number 3, which is actually just right over here. Now, see, this is where it gets crazy. So basically, what this will do is give you 1 item from an overland set area. Now, this can be absolutely busted for certain zones. And we're going to talk about which zones specifically here, in just 1 second. But I just want you guys to think, like, there's going to be a lot of sets in here. And what I suggest is find a zone that has 2 good sets in it that are selling. Because there's nothing wrong with gambling. 1 out of every 3 items, if you were to get the Malbator one, would be a spinners one. And spinners will sell handsomely. But there you also have a chance to get Thunderbug, which has sold previously, but I don't think it's going to be selling very well. And then Salvation, I don't even know what that does. I assume it's garbage. But you also have zones that are like Deshaun, which have Mother Sorrow, which on your server could be selling very well. And then you have Plague Doctor, too, which is also another popular set. So that way it's like, okay, I didn't get Mother Sorrow, but I got Plague Doctor. I know that will also sell. The same with the Cold Harbor one. Stygian is a really good set to sell. Meridia's Blessing would probably also sell also. Bankurai, 7th Legion, has been really popular in the past. So is Spriggans. If you notice that there's a lack of those 2 sets selling, pick up some Bankurai. And again, this is only 5,000 Alliance points. You can easily pull items out of here. If you were to get a Spinner Staff, 100k on Xbox NA. If you were to get certain 7th Legion weapons, 50 to 100k. Same with Spriggan's Thorns. Now, this obviously will depend vastly, based on which sets are being recommended by different YouTubers or builds and stuff. But this is what I want you guys to get in the habit of doing, is starting to look. I want to teach everyone my thought process when I go in and I buy items. Like, I look and I think, okay, obviously Green Shade's a bad example, but 1 in every 5 will be a spinners. That means I'll be spending 15k per spinners item. I know that in the current market, I can sell a 1 spinners item for 20k based on its lack of farming. For those of you who don't know, I sold spinners for about a year-ish ago, made a bunch of money off of it because nobody was selling it. So I basically just listed it up for 20k for the body pieces. So in that math, I'd be getting over a 1-to-1 ratio. I'd be getting about a 1.5 to 1 ratio of AP to gold. So for me, that's a great deal. But spinner is also being sold much more frequently now. Now it's bound to, I believe, 10 to 12k. So for me, it's probably not worth it. It's still a good set to possibly invest into, but not something that I would want to risk in. I would rather look at some of these other things. Rivenspire, Necropotence, great set. However, these other sets are not as good. Nothing really from Shadowfen, nothing really from Stonefalls. I mean, I think Red Mountain has gone decently well in the past. I don't know if it's still selling. And then Stormhaven, nothing too crazy from there. Again, this is only a base game. So basically, if you think to yourself, is it a base game zone? It will be in this regional vendor right here for you. Now, the number 3, which I was hoping to go show you in person, is currently taken right now. So I'm going to swap zones real quick and see if I can find an alliance that currently has it, as unfortunately I'm just one man, everyone, and I will probably not be able to get all the way down there and take those without getting butt raped. So just give me 1 second and I'll be right back, guys. And welcome back, everyone. I was able to sneakily get over here into a Bruma. Not going to be able to talk too long here, potentially, because they're already taking that flag. So let's talk about number 1 and number 2, which is Deadly Strike. You can find the vendor on this 3rd flag over here, which I will have to probably defend here in just 1 minute. This is the number 1 thing that you can get. It is both a famous PvP and PvP set. I also realized that my bar setup is not how I want it to be, but that's okay. That's what makes Deadly Strike so popular, is it is used for both. Now, and just to finish my thought on Deadly Strike, again, it's a set that's used for both PvE and PvP. Super easy set, very popular. I personally sell it constantly. That does not mean, though, that it is not completely flooded in your current market. If you play on Xbox, unfortunately, there'll be times where I usually flood the market with it because I usually sell the pieces for 8 to 15k minimum, which means that for most pieces, I'm going to be making almost a 1-to-1 return ratio on my alliance points, which is significantly better than anything you'll get from the golden vendor and from most sets. And it doesn't require as much gambling as even I can sell shoulders for damn near 8k at least. And then if you get yourself a dagger, that's going to be going for 350k. I've actually sold one for as high as 450k. And if I feel like I need some gold, then I'll just sell it for like 200k and it'll sell much faster. But those are the chase items, definitely the daggers. Unfortunately, you're going to have to settle for me staring off into the distance here at the Southern Rock Gate because I don't know what's going on, but the Daggerfall Covenant and every alliance is getting whooped. And unfortunately, I am completely loyal to the Daggerfall Covenant, and all of my characters are in the Daggerfall Covenant, which I know is a mistake and is not mid-maxing properly. You could also argue that you would probably want an elf because Vlasteris is always pretty much held by the elves. So that's where the number 2 item is, which is Elfbane. Elysian is also a honorable mention there. Both of those sets are very good. Elfbane is a very popular set. And that's really the same concept of where we just were. You have to go down to the elite vendor. If you're like me, you'll probably get attacked while you're trying to film, if you're filming yourself there. But those are the 2 items that I would recommend there. But that kind of summarizes what I wanted to teach you guys for this video. I'm hoping this was helpful because I hate just teaching you guys like one way to do something. I like to say like, hey, here's 5 ways to do something. That way it's like, oh, well, I play on this console, this is flooded. I'm like, oh, okay, well, here's some more things you can do. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you want me to expand upon any of the other methods I've done to change things to gold, I'm certainly able to do that. Again, if you have comments, suggestions, or anything else I can help with in the future, just let me know, and I will do my best to crank out those videos. If not, leave some comments below and let me know what you thought, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.